Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Okay, this is cool. This is our first real away mission. Use while moving to run. Why you... Then why it gives me controller... Like, I don't even have my controller plugged in. It just defaults to giving you controller prompts. Looks like, yeah, like a phaser burn or something.
Burn marks.
Report mentioned phaser fire being redirected toward these strange crystals.
It also mentioned Portal calling down lightning bolts.
Better keep our guards up.
So I'll look around first. Hopefully it doesn't create progress.
If I recall right, Geordi LaForge transported in here, hanging upside down.
I guess we're lucky we were spared the indignity.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
And Crystal. Oh, there's a convenient bridge here. Okay, is there anything up here? So this is cool though. If you were a fan of if you were a fan, okay, I was speaking to people before heading in a direction. Yeah, if you were a fan of that episode, I don't remember this episode, but if you were a fan of it, this is pretty cool. There's got so many references to it.
Anything unusual, Commander?
It's all unusual, to be honest. We've precious little data on this planet, so brief was Captain Riker's visit. Anything he didn't see himself is a total unknown.
We deal with unknowns all the time. Part of the job.
I'm accustomed to dealing with the unknown from my station on the bridge.
Maybe it's a wrong choice to be part of an away team.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those diridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
Oh, okay. Some interesting readings.
These crystals are dormant.
Riker's report said they were glowing, that they served as energy collectors. It could be a good sign they're inactive. The Guardian of the Takan doesn't have his guard up.
Which might be a bad idea, because then we might surprise him. But why are they deactivated? Maybe he's dying.
Portal 6-3! Anybody!
Okay, not seeing anything. Let's take the bridge.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
But must almost also must mean something that he isn't here. Okay, let's head out.
Follow me. Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Oh, they really want us to scan this, okay.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Oh, here?
Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
Let's try the crystal.
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
So yeah, Portal 6-3 is probably on death's door. It's like Yoda, we get one more message, and then he may cease to be.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Don't you have a phaser?
Devolve
Or
to
did you knew that was
Beam
going to
Crewman
happen?
LaRue directly to medical.
Put him in danger instead of yourself.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Use your tricorder to find tetrametric crystals, then shoot them with your phaser. Tetrametric radiation is visible through the tricorder. Okay, so this one's doing something. This one isn't. No tetrametric radiation detected. Do not discharge phaser at this crystal.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
May create an illusion that can be dispelled with a phaser blast. Okay, but are there more? Okay, let's look around first before we actually activate it.
Looks like there used to be a bridge here.
And there will be again soon.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us. More crystals. Need a way across. I wonder if this place was always so lifeless.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Biosignature is coming from this direction. I'm sure of it. But there's no getting through here.
There's always a way.
There's something alive beyond this wall. Based on the data from the Enterprise's records, it must be Portal 6-3.
I'll figure out how to get us past it.
I know you will.
But I'm assuming this one will just open up the bridge. I guess we'll have to loop our way around.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
Find more crystals giving off tetrametric radiation. This one we just did, right? Yeah. Oh, it was stranded now. It's just us two.
I assume you've noticed the bridge we crossed to get here is no longer tangible.
Ah, bit of a problem.
If logic prevails, there's a way to get it back by finding the right crystal to phaser. I'm getting some faint tetrametric readings from inside that mountain.
Then I'll head over there.
And I'll stay here, in case the bridge decides to come back.
Also seems we're going alone. I'm guessing this will be the one that's tetrametric. Scan everything. What was that? What was that? That was weird. Can't scan that one.
Good.
Interesting. So that means there's two paths. Because you had this one, right? And you had this over here. Oh, and that's the other path. It's nice that it does it in batches, so you don't have to scan every single one. So, Portal 2.6 has divided and conquered. What the purpose of that is, it still remains to be unclear.
Tetrametric.
Okay. But there's a further path here. Or maybe there isn't. Oops, no there isn't.
Better go see what's different.
I mean, this is pretty different. Use your tricorder to find the last crystal. Oh, that's pretty easy to find.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
How did we get past the bridge? Does this bridge come back then? I guess it must have.
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No, not a match.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data
That one didn't
we
glow
have
for
so
some
far.
reason.
Only one thing left to do.
Yeah, shoot it.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plants.
Barbarians.
It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am Guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'll cut right to it. The Takan have returned.
Returned? My people have come back? How can that be? I've been alone for so long. If it is true, how did they return?
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've
Indeed.
come. You want to destroy these scions.
You don't have to do anything except help us find them. If that's all you want to do.
I don't believe that.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What are you... Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, Charlie Rydick.
Okay, but couldn't you just speak to me? Why do I have to follow you? Couldn't you just teleport me to over here? Just tell me. Just talk.
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
I see you're hurting, and I understand your pain. But pain shouldn't stop us from moving forward.
You do not understand me, nor the pain I feel for the loss of our once glorious empire. Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
It's true, the Kobliad chose not to join the Federation when the offer was made. And I could have chosen to stay on my home planet, waiting for the next shipment of Diridium to arrive, biding my time and fearing for the worst. Instead, I chose to embrace the future, not fear it. Joining Starfleet gave me the opportunity not just to help my own people, but countless more. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
Why? What else are you gonna do? Just sit around? Being alone? Moping about your dead race? Yeah, just sit here and brood. Wait until death. Surely you won't be waiting for too many
To be
millennia.
chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Takan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people.
You say yourself they're not your people.
A betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Takan you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Takan name.
We faced these questions in my time as well. What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Takan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Taconian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And
Or slaves are basically the Goa'uld.
think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Takan did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these Scions masquerading as true Takan. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Takan.
Very well.
To understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
I think your stuff was cool though.
Four warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions, but not the intricacies.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
It's fine, they don't know how their ship works. It's okay. We'll sort it out. Is it 4 warp cores? That seems like 4 ways things can go wrong.
What are we dealing with?
Thermostatic sensor relay, temperature signals to automated coolant valve controls. Radiation resistant casing, protecting the warp core's antimatter reaction chamber. Lydian warp core, one of 4 warp cores powering the Zaudi. Thermal output indicates each core alone could not sustain minimal warp, but harmonic infusion of at least 2 cores would produce an exponential increase in power. So realistically, they only have 2 redundant warp cores.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Hotari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things. Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is, how do we make it happen?
Couldn't they just teleport the warp cores back on to the ship? Safety protocols, reactor status, coolant system, computer lock. Computer lock.
They've locked out the controls here too. No surprise there.
I can't release it.
So if we want to get the core out, we'll have to force the system to do it.
Or trick it.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
So you just have to trigger it.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
So if you mess with the
If it's this high,
you mess with the
considers
coolant.
a reactor breach imminent.
Okay.
Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we
By
destroy
decreasing the coolant.
regulators, there
We'll
won't be
destroy
anything
it.
to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Do whatever you have to do to make sure we have the time to finish.
Anything?
Within reason.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
I mean, anything really. We don't know what their end game is.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch.
Don't they have tools here, though? I guess it would be a waste of time
Better get this right.
searching for tools.
We foul it up,
Even though this is
whole
the
thing
engineering
goes
deck.
boom. We don't know how much damage that cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just
One more to go.
They're here!
Oh, they got here really quickly.
We don't have much time.
They should just be sending people now, or transporting people.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Maybe you guys should have gone cover rather than standing out in the open. Ah, took a hit. Okay, let's try. It's hard because you got incoming damage and you have to hide.
Just gotta...
I've also got to defend them. Are they the soldiers? Maybe you should have taken better cover. I just shot that dude. Okay, we did it. We passed.
Finish.
They lost a few people, but maybe if they were better soldiers, that wouldn't happen. They should have had some people up here. They shouldn't just all be down on the lower deck. Get some high ground. At both angles so they could flank them as they come through the door. Bottleneck the door. Their strategy is flawed.
What? No!
Get the warp core done, or we're all dead.
No! I'm shooting at the bottle thing.
Inferior life form.
Out. Shoot!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged.
You did it.
Hopefully we've gone too far for them to be able to collect the last warp core.
You got another way out of here?
I think so. Itasca, can you climb?
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Surella, my friend. You want me? I'm right here. Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon. Wake up, Manka Umet. Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
We don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
Okay, we'll avenge her.
I swear, we will make them pay for it.
We have no guarantee that there's any way of getting rid of them. I'm guessing the Guardian will be able to turn it off or whatever, but it might result in their death.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you.
And we don't know he'll do it.
Not a
so-
scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
I mean, we've not been in a starfight yet.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans. If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Okay.
Full access?
You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind.
I mean, we're asking for his help,
Given
and
this
he's far
is
more advanced than
merely
we
a
are.
research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge.
We just have to make the case
Captain
the
Solano,
best we can
I'd
do.
like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
Don't be
You
rude,
said you
I guess.
needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps
He's
that
out
was
of
a
line.
mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
The captain's out of line, just ignore him.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tekon. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
Oh, this captain's awful. Needs to get rid of him. Mutiny!
I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize
Sir,
this
you are
must be
relieved from
an
duty.
incredibly difficult position. I was
Not
against
really.
seeking him out from the start, but now to give him access to our systems, it's insane.
Oh, so you'd
You
rather...
somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what
No.
he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
No, he stands against the Scions, but with the Takan. He doesn't stand with us.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally.
It doesn't
I
matter.
can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This...
Yeah, this is about more than just you.
This could be the end of my career.
I'm
Irrelevant.
sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Okay.
Then
It's
so
more
be
important
it.
than both our
I'm going
careers.
to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
This will be going in our report, Captain.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What
Yeah,
kind
so
of
be it.
modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Okay, can you undo the modifications afterwards?
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How
I
long will it
found
take?
something.
Would your technology involve everything being stabbed with crystals?
What
Can't
is
you
it?
just, like,
Galvin?
crystallize things without giant shards coming out?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all.
Of course
That's
I was.
what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening.
You better.
Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship.
Okay, who's the
Engineers would have
traitor?
found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Let's go. We get to wander around engineering. core. Very nice. Wait, can we go down? No, we can't. I imagine it's there because it's yellow, right? All there because it's green. These are different colors from everything else. Makes it suspicious. What about on this side? Here's a tricorder when you have visual scanning. Okay, let's check these out.
Noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Wait, why can't I scan these? These are clearly different. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. So he's,
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
But we can't remove this source of radiation? Sorry, from the Jeffries tube?
Jeffries tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Okay, so we gotta filter everything out. It's not. So this thing over here is noise rather than the actual thing we're looking
A
for.
little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
It's from the other side, okay. Here we go. And they put it inside the
Found it.
panels? Oh, under the panels, okay.
Excuse
So
me.
this,
Do you belong here?
see, this stuff doesn't look like technology, it's just
Commander Rydek. I'm sorry.
crystals.
I didn't know it was you.
Paul.
Wait, you were the guy that was shot through!
Yes. You know, it means a lot that
How
you
did they bring
remembered.
you back?
What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my
Oh, no.
tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Thanks, but I'll talk to Commander Chovak about it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. Well, I'll leave you alone already.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Takan. I mean,
Come to think of it,
Galloway.
that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Oh,
Silas?
it must be her.
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
There would be. Oh, that one actually looked like
Maybe
technology.
Tyler saw something.
But it's him.
Tyler, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duval, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duval bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Yep, we scan her, and now she shall scan us. Just to be
Clear.
sure.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it.
But it would be a bit odd if we
Search
brought this
engineering.
up to you and we were
Whoever
actually
planted the device
at the
most
con.
likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Duplicates, Atari delegation, non-engineering personnel.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Now this is manageable.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering. Let's see who's left. No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin? The Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And
Okay,
legend
what are they?
tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal.
Oh,
We needed it in the late stages
damn.
of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Draconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Deccan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion Saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the Saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
Indeed.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
And hopefully it's not her.
It's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
Can we scan her first, though?
Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst-case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail...
Mutiny it is.
The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I don't know if it's possible to be ready for this.
I respect the honesty. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim. Or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.